Are you one of those people who wake up once, twice, sometimes even 3 times a night to urinate? If yes, stay tuned until the end because what you are about to discover today could literally transform your sleep, and therefore your health. I am Dr. Hillman, and I want to explain something that many people ignore. Many think that waking up multiple times a night to urinate is part of normal aging, but none. It's not an inevitability. It is actually a warning signal that your body is trying to send you. The medical term is Nocturia, quand vous vous réveillez plus d'une fois pendant la nuit pour uriner. And believe me, this seemingly harmless little inconvenience has profound consequences on your sleep, your energy, and even your heart. Because every awakening cuts your deep sleep cycle, the one where your body regenerates its cells, produces essential hormones like melatonin and GH, and cleans your brain of toxins accumulated during the day. And when these cycles are interrupted, your entire metabolism gets out of sync. A Japanese study conducted on more than 1,200 participants over the age of 60 showed that people who woke up 2 or more times per night had a 40% higher risk of daytime sleepiness, chronic fatigue, and mild cognitive impairments. This is far from trivial. But that's not all. When you wake up in the middle of the night, half asleep, you also increase the risk of falls, especially among seniors. And a simple fall can have terrible consequences: hip fracture, wrist fracture, or even loss of independence. And all of this simply because your body can no longer regulate your urine production. So, pourquoi cela se produit-il? Well, when we are young, our brain produces a magic hormone, vasopressin. It acts like a brake during the night. It reduces urine production so that your bladder can hold until morning. But with age, the natural production of this hormone decreases. Result, les reins continuent de produire de l'urine comme si c'était le jour. Et votre vessie, elle se remplit. And like all muscles in the body, the bladder also ages. It loses elasticity, retention capacity, and at the slightest volume of urine, the urge becomes urgent. In other words, it's a vicious circle. Add to this a phenomenon that many underestimate. During the day, especially if you stay seated or standing for a long time, liquids accumulate in your legs due to gravity. These légèrement gonflées chevilles, it's not just fatigue, it's water trapped in the tissues. And when you lie down at night, this water returns to circulation, passes through the kidneys, and ends up in the bladder. Do you see the picture? But there is yet another factor, often forgotten: unbalanced hydration. Many people drink almost nothing during the day, then compensate by drinking a lot in the evening. And of course, the body must eliminate all this excess during your sleep. The good news is that there is a simple way to correct all this. A natural strategy, without medication, that helps your body restore its rhythm, sleep through the night, and wake up with real energy. That is exactly what I'm going to show you now. How to adjust your hydration routine, your diet, and your evening habits to say goodbye to Nocturia. Next, we will see what are the most common mistakes that most people make without realizing it, and especially how to correct them in a simple and effective way, validated by science. Remember, tout ce que je partage ici est à des fins d'information seulement et ne remplace pas les conseils médicaux. Now, let's look together at the most common mistakes that worsen Nocturia without us realizing it. Some are so simple that we don't even think they could disturb our sleep. The first mistake is not drinking enough water during the day. You heard correctly. Many believe that drinking less reduces trips to the bathroom, but it's the opposite. When your body lacks water, your urine becomes more concentrated, more acidic, and irritates the wall of your bladder. Result, it contracts more often, even when it's not full. A study by Lund University in Sweden, conducted on over 900 adults, showed that people drinking less than 1.5 liters of water per day had a 30% higher risk of nocturnal enuresis, simply because leur urine était trop concentré. Crazy, isn't it? So, paradoxalement, boire suffisamment pendant la journée vous aide à mieux dormir la nuit. The second mistake is believing that the problem comes from a small bladder. In reality, in the majority of cases, it is not the size of the bladder that is at fault, but the excessive urine production during the night. And this overproduction is often related to lifestyle habits, diet, hydration, hormones that can be corrected. The third mistake is consuming caffeine or alcohol in the evening. Oh yes, I know. A small glass of wine or hot chocolate herbal tea before bed is relaxing, but physiologiquement, c'est une catastrophe. Alcool inhibe une hormone appelée ADH ou antidiurétique qui normalement réduit la production d'urine pendant la nuit. Résulte, votre corps produit plus d'urine, votre sommeil devient plus léger et vous vous réveillez plusieurs fois. Et caféine? It's even worse. It's a stimulant and a natural diuretic. It acts on the kidneys to increase urine flow. Even if you say, I drink coffee after dinner and sleep well, your brain is not at all resting. Studies have shown that caffeine remains active up to 6 hours after ingestion. So your body continues to process it, even during your first hours of sleep. Another classic mistake, drinking too many liquids before going to bed. We all have this reflex. Taking medication with a large glass of water, or drinking a relaxing herbal tea before sleeping. But this liquid does not disappear immediately. It follows a long journey. Stomach, intestine, blood, kidneys, then bladder. This process takes about 1h30 à 2h. That's why I always recommend to my patients what I call the sacred 2h zone. In the 2 hours before bed, avoid any drinks. Si tu as soif, prends 1 ou 2 gorgées, pas plus. And un dernier point que beaucoup oublient, le sel. Excess sodium in your diet, processed foods, cold cuts, ready-made sauces, promotes water retention during the day. In the evening, your body tries to eliminate this excess by producing more urine. So, réduisant le sel, cela signifie aussi réduire les réveils nocturnes. But be careful, not everything depends solely on what you drink. There's also what you do before going to bed. And that's where a very simple but remarkably effective strategy comes into play, which few people know. Next, I will show you how to adjust your evening routine so that your body naturally expels excess fluid before bedtime, and how a simple gesture, which you can do every evening at home, can already improve your sleep starting this week. Next, I will explain concrete and natural solutions to reduce nocturia and regain continuous sleep. So, let's now see how to act concretely to stop waking up at night. No need for medication or complicated techniques. Just a few adjustments to your daily routine, which you can start tonight. The first pillar is smart hydration. Drink water, yes, but at the right time. The majority of your intake should be before 4 p.m. Ideally, 70 to 80% of your daily water should be consumed in the first part of the day. Pourquoi? Because your body then has time to eliminate the excess before you go to bed, and you will thus avoid the famous overflow that fills your bladder during the night. Start right dans la matinée. As soon as you wake up, drink un grand verre d'eau. Your body has just gone through about 7 à 8 heures d'eau de jeûne, et il a besoin de se réhydrater pour redémarrer votre métabolisme. Then, always keep a bottle nearby and drink regularly in small sips. No need to force yourself, but never let thirst set in. After 6 heures, progressivement ralentir. Drink more slowly in smaller quantities. And within 2 hours before going to bed, apply the famous liquid fasting rule. No drinks, except in case of absolute necessity. A small sip is more than enough. And above all, just before going to sleep, always completely empty your bladder, even if you think you don't need to. This small gesture, seemingly trivial, helps prevent even the slightest accumulation of urine from waking you up in the middle of the night. Second pillar, managing salt and irritating foods. Salt attracts water. It's a biological law. The more sodium you consume, the more water your body retains, which it then has to eliminate, often at night. So, réduire l'ajout de sel, limiter les aliments ultra-transformés, les charcuteries, les soupes industrielles et les fromages très salés. And be careful with overly spicy dishes. Pepper, chili, and hot sauces can irritate the bladder lining and cause frequent urination. Troisième pilier, posture avant de dormir. This is where science meets simplicity. Remember what I told you. Pendant la journée, les liquides s'accumulent dans les jambes à cause de la gravité. And when you lie down, all this liquid rises, passes through the kidneys, and ends up in the bladder. But vous pouvez anticiper ce processus. How? by elevating your legs about 20 minutes before going to bed. Get comfortable, lie down on the sofa, and place 1 or 2 pillows under your calves. Or rest your legs on a chair while you read or watch TV. This simple gesture promotes venous and lymphatic return, reduces swelling in the legs, and most importantly, allows your body to eliminate excess water before you go to bed. Result: moins d'urine produite pendant la nuit et sommeil plus profond. And finally, the last pillar is consistency. Your body loves habits. Try to go to bed and wake up at regular times, even on weekends. Your biological clock then synchronizes the secretion of hormones, including vasopressin, the famous hormone that reduces nighttime urine production. And over time, votre corps naturellement retrouve son équilibre. Several of my patients have confided in me that by applying these 4 principles for just 10 jours, they already noticed a difference. Less nighttime cravings, entire nights without waking up, and above all, a morning energy that they hadn't felt in a long time. But there is one last aspect that is often overlooked, and it might be the most important. It's no longer just about hydration or posture, but about what Nocturia reveals about your body. Because sometimes, this symptom reflects a deeper imbalance. Next, I will explain the hidden signals that Nocturia can send about your metabolism, your heart, or even your brain, and especially when it's time to see a doctor. What I will tell you next could help you prevent serious complications that many still ignore. You know, Nocturia, waking up at night to urinate, is not just a matter of bladder or hydration. Sometimes c'est un message profond de votre corps, a signal that needs to be listened to. When it becomes frequent, it can be a symptom of a metabolic imbalance. For example, excess sugar in the blood. Yes, diabetes, especially when it is not yet diagnosed, can manifest as a need to urinate more often, even at night. Pourquoi? Because excess glucose attracts water into the kidneys and increases urine production. There is also the heart. When cardiac function is weakened, the body accumulates fluid during the day, and at night, lying down, this excess returns to the circulation, stimulating the kidneys. Result: you spend the night urinating, sometimes a sign of early heart failure. Studies conducted in Australia on more than 2,000 patients have shown that 1 in 3 people with unexplained chronic nocturia actually suffer from a latent cardiovascular disorder. This is significant. And then, there are hormonal disorders, menopause in women, prostate hypertrophy in men, or certain diuretic medications taken too late in the day. That's why, if you wake up more than twice a night for several weeks, despite good lifestyle habits, it is essential to talk to your doctor. Because this symptom, seemingly trivial, can reveal much more than a simple need for water. But the good news is that you already have a lot of control over your sleep. By adjusting your hydration, limiting salt, respecting the sacred zone of 2 hours without drinking, and elevating your legs before bed, you send a clear message to your body: c'est l'heure de dormir, to truly recover. And believe me, deep, continuous, restorative sleep is not a luxury. It is a natural therapy. It is the moment when your brain cleans its waste, when your heart slows down, when your immune system regenerates. Every full night of sleep gained is one step closer to a stronger body, a clearer mind, and a longer life. So, si cette vidéo vous a aidé à mieux comprendre ce que votre corps essaie de vous dire, laissez-moi un commentaire juste en dessous. Tell me how many times you wake up during the night, and most importantly, which strategy you will try first. I read every message personally because it is thanks to you, to your feedback, that I can create increasingly precise and useful content. And if you want to go further, download the Smart Hydration Guide on the Next Age Health website. It will help you naturally rebalance your water cycle and sleep. And above all, subscribe to the channel. Every week I explain the science of healthy aging, with concrete tips validated by research, so you stay strong, lucid, and full of energy at any age. Because aging is not about decline. It's understanding your body and giving it the right signals. I am Dr. Hillman, and I promise you, if you listen to your body, it will help you live better, longer, and with true quality of life. Take care of yourself, and we'll see each other very soon in a new video.